What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here in my car. I'm on location. I came to visit my family for the weekend for my birthday, so it's not quiet in the house. So we're gonna do this video outside of my car. I don't know how my girl Roxanne does it, but we're gonna get it done. This is Love After Lockup. This is season number 3. This is episode number 1, and it's titled Stairway to Heaven. So you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just talk about this season. All right. All right, you guys. So the sun is directly behind me. You might hear the air conditioner. I'm not finna burn up for y'all niggas. I love y'all to death, but we ain't finna burn up. So no green screen or none of that shit. So let's talk about the first couple that we met. So we met Lindsay and we met Scott. So Scott is 51, I believe, and Lindsay, I believe, is like 27 or something like that. So we see Scott. So Scott he has his interior designer coming up to the house because Scott wants to spruce up the place for Lindsay, and I'm like, oh. So Scott said before Lindsay, he was on some short-term as-needed basis on relationships. So I was thinking to myself, like, nigga, was you paying for prostitutes and shit like that? Because that's something that I can think of, is that you were paying for some fucking prostitutes. But now the thing that threw me off about Scott was the fact that there's a fly on my car. Scott said that he moved to where Lindsay is from. I think he said somewhere from New York. I'm like, damn, you ain't had sex with her, you ain't done shit with her, but you are clearly moving to be with Lindsay. Would Lindsay do the same for you? Lindsay that's gonna be a sugar mama, that's gonna be a sugar baby, sugar daddy situation if I ain't never saw one in my life. He says that now. Here's what threw me off. He said that he's in love with Lindsay, but he has never met her. And then the fact that his family does not know anything about their relationship. I'm like, oh God, that's not a good situation, Scott. You moved. So what did you tell your family when you moved? Like, shit. Hilarious. But yeah, even the interior designer, when he told her about Lindsay, she's like, I think this is gonna be a sugar mama, sugar daddy, sugar baby situation. And that's exactly what it is. And then we also found out that Scott was taking care of Lindsay's daughter and her mother. I'm like, damn, you pussy whipped without getting the pussy. Craziness. But you guys, we're gonna be here for this season of Love After Lockup. I can already see it's gonna be a shit show if I never saw one in my life. Let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. This is, again, you guys, just bear with me. This is very impromptu. This is something that I didn't really plan. I did plan, but when I did, decide to come home, I was not thinking that Love After Lockup was coming on on Friday. So the next couple we met was Maurice and Jessica. Now, Maurice and Jessica are an interesting couple. So Jessica is from Vegas, and we find, and also, Jessica's from Vegas. She's pretty much a white collar girl. And Maurice is from Compton. I'm like, oh, how'd you find him? Well, she told us how she found him on Plenty of Fish, and then they showed all of his damn mugshots. I was like, God damn, how many mugshots do you need? So they've been together for 4 years. Jessica's family, however, is not very supportive of a relationship with Maurice, and I mean, shit. I don't want to say nothing, but I'm gonna let y'all, draw your own conclusions as to one reason why I believe that they're not supportive of the relationship. So we also found out that Jessica and her sister, they don't have a relationship with each other because her sister felt some type of way about her marrying Maurice while he was in jail. I mean, shit, if your sister is happy and he makes her happy, I really don't understand what the situation is or why you feel that, you should have an input on who she marries, who she dates, or anything like that. Like, that was throwing me for a loop as well. So then we did see Jessica, and she drove to her sister's house, and her sister was outside. She said, that's her. But she didn't stop or say anything to her, and I'm just like, that's gonna be an issue, especially once he gets the hell out of jail. You guys, like I said, this season is going to be interesting as hell. I'm here for it. I will say, though, this season we got a lot of black people. I mean, we had black people on the other seasons, but this season has a lot of black people on there. So let's move on, you guys, from Jessica and Maurice. All right, you guys, next up we got Kristianna and we got John. Kristianna and John's situation is going to be so interesting. So we see that Kristianna called John, and when she was on the phone with him, it actually seemed like she was like really antsy, saying that she can't wait to see him. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, this is giving me, this is just weird to me. So we found out that she escaped from a halfway house the last time that she was released from prison. I'm like, you escaped from a halfway house? That sounds like, what's his name? Tony. Tony got into his issues with the halfway house. So, John and so John is talking about the fact that he wants to marry Kristianna as soon as she gets out of jail. Some of these men on this, like the men on this season, they just seem, you would think that they've never saw a woman before, because I mean they're just so eager to marry these women, be with these women, marry these women that they have not met in person or anything of that nature. Is just mind-blowing and baffling as fuck to me, because I mean he said that he wants to marry her as soon as she gets out of jail, and we did see in the previews that he got down on his knees in their limo and asked her to marry him. Oh my God, help me Jesus. So then, we met one of John's daughters. Her name is Sapphire. And the producers asked him how many fucking kids did he have. John, for the life of him, could not remember how many kids he had. He had to name his kids, and then he had to do it twice. I'm like, damn, you got that many kids? And then come to find out what he said, did he say he had 8 kids, or was it 6 kids? You guys correct me in the comment section. But he got a lot of fucking kids. I'm like, damn. So then the daughter Sapphire, she pulled up, Miss Kristianna's arrest records, and it was quite alarming for her. And she says that she doesn't feel that Kristianna is going to change. And he's like, well, people do change. I've changed. And then we found out that he had been in prison. I think he's there for 12 years for fraud. I'm like, well, goddamn, birds of a feather flock together, I see. And, the daughter Sapphire feels that he is going too fast. And honestly, Sapphire, sweetie pie, I 100% agree with you. Your daddy is moving faster than the speeding bullet. Like, he's moving faster than the speeding fucking bullet. Man, how does Rox do this in her back seat? Jesus Christ. Like, I just don't know how she does it. But, it's interesting. I'm pretty sure my aunt is looking at me out her window like, what is my nephew doing? But, yeah. Let's move on, you guys. All right, next up we got Chevelle and Quaylen. Now see, he said his name was Quaylan, and she kept saying Quaylen. So I'm like, who the fuck is? I would hope a little homie knows how to pronounce his name. So Chevelle is a mother of a 5-year-old, and we see her with her family. She's asking her family what do they think about Quaylan, and it was cricket. She was like, anybody can speak up at any time. You can say something. You can say something. You can say something. You can say something. I'm like, I don't know if they want to say something. So we found out how Quaylan and Chevelle met each other. So she met him 2 years ago, and this is because one of her friends' ex was in prison, and they met each other. I'm like, oh, you guys, I really do have a question. Like, and this is a serious question. So, we know that Maurice and Jessica met on Plenty of Fish, but what's his name? Scott and LINDSEY. He said that they met on a prison website. Like, what website do you go to meet a prisoner? Like, iwanttodateacon.com, iwanttodateafelon.com, matchmakerforprisoners.com. Like, what website do you go to date a prisoner? Like, I mean, I'm not judging by no means, but I'm just kind of curious. Like, how do you? I mean, I know you can be prison pen pals, but like, how do you do that? How do you go about doing that? questions that need to be answered. So we found out that Quaylen has been in jail for 12 years. He went in when he was 17. I'm like, God damn. So you have lived like most of your adult years behind bars. Like, that is really sad. And it's almost like what Judge Toll was telling, you know, the group on Marriage Boot Camp. Like, you know, our black brothers go to prison, and most times they can't even tell you what the fuck they really went to jail for. And it's sometimes most times it's just the stupidest stuff. So then we find out that the family really is not here for this whole relationship between Quaylen and Chevelle, and more so because Chevelle got played by a producer because she says he's a rapper. And did she say she gave him $15,000? I'm like, well, that was your fault right there. Like, if you giving somebody that much money, I would assume and I would hope and I would pray that you are getting something out of it, like a EP. Like, I hope you be in the studio. Like, what were they doing to trick you, to make you? I mean, god damn, that is on you. Like, seriously, that shit is on you, my dude, my lady, Miss Ma'am. That's on you. So Quaylen is getting released, and we find out that he's going to go live with Chevelle. So he's actually in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and she's gonna have to go down there and get him. But the thing is, Quaylen's mom wants him to come to, I believe it's Houston, Texas, that his mom is at. But instead, he's going to go and be with, what's her name again, y'all? Chevelle. That mama's not going to be here for this shit. I can already tell you that right now. Let's move on to the last couple, you guys. Alright, you guys, so the last couple that we were introduced to is Destiny and SHAWN. Destiny and SHAWN, oh my god. SHAWN is a complete fucking dumbass. This man said, I think he spent like $34,000 on this girl with phone calls and everything else. I'm like, you's a goddamn fool. He has never met her. All he has is photos of her, and they have been together for 9 months. Now, he says that, you know, he's never been to see her because, you know, she's talking about the fact that she's gained some weight and she doesn't want him to see him like that. I'm like, I mean, you're in prison. What are you supposed, I mean, unless you're in the yard working out every day, never mind. I'm just not even going to go there. But, like, he ain't seeing no kind of red flags there. Like, his friend even saw the red flags. Like, he's like, she could be catfishing you. He was like, why would she do that? Who knows why people do the things that they do when they're in jail? I mean, one of the things they do in jail is they need someone to make them, you know, some semblance of the outside world. So, hello. But I just couldn't get over the fact that he has sent her money without ever meeting her. Bull fucking shit. So then she does call him, and she was like, I've been calling you. He said, well, I didn't hear my phone. I would have hung up in her face right then and there. Fuck you. So she tells him that she's getting out and that she needs his help to bail her out. No. So then we do see SHAWN. SHAWN takes his dumb ass down to the bail bondsman, and, you know, he's moved money from his 401k. And I'm like, wait a minute, you move money from your 401k for a woman you have never met before? Yeah, you dumb as shit, my nigga. Like, the fuck? So we found out that her bill is $50,000, and then that would have been a red flag for me right there. I would have said, absolutely not. And, you know, you got to put down 10%, which is $5,000. I'm like, I mean, I won't even put that much down for her. And then to say that she's a fucking flight risk? Nope, we're good. She gonna sit there until, you know, her court date comes up. Like, I wish the fuck I would, because he does realize that if he puts up that money, that he's gonna lose. If she does not go to court, look at Tracy from you know, Life After Lockup. If you put up that money, you're probably gonna lose that money. I'm like, absolutely not gonna happen. All right, you guys, so that is it for this first episode of Love After Lockup. Be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Subscribe to the I said that. Be safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and again, you guys, I hate that it's in the car, but I wanted to get this video up and to you guys. I didn't want it to be delayed any later. But going into next week, actually next week I might be going out of town as well, but the setup will be different. My cousin is looking into getting an Airbnb, so if I have my own room, I have my ring light and everything set up in the room, and that way we'll be rocking and rolling. But until the next one, you guys stay safe. Again, take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and I'm gonna check you guys later. Bye.